My name is Moki, and today we're going to talk about something that's super useful for artists and VTubers and just people who enjoy commissioning art. This is art commissions from around the world. So whether you're looking to get your model drawn or you just are looking to collect some new art, these sites all have something special to offer. So we're going to dive into some of the biggest art commissioning websites, each from a different country, one by one, with their pros, cons, and my personal ranking for each one. Our first art site is one I'm sure every VTuber has heard of, and that is from the USA, Vgen. Vgen is relatively new, however, it is a website I have already personally commissioned so much art and VTuber assets from. Some of the pros would be that it's easy to communicate because everything is in English. Also, the payments are smooth because you can pay with PayPal or credit card. Vgen payments are super easy no matter where you live in the world. Vgen has amazing customer support in my experience. I have had only one small issue where I had to contact customer support, and they were so fast and amazing with helping me resolve any questions or issues I had run into with the website. If you're browsing on Twitter, it seems like almost everybody and their mom now has a Vgen. So Vgen is full of artists. However, some of the cons for Vgen would be that the art quality can sometimes be a mixed bag. You'll have some really experienced artists who have made art for some of the biggest VTubers, but you also have some inexperienced artists who maybe need a little bit more time and patience to get your work done. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to rifle through all the different types of art commissions you could possibly get, Vgen definitely can, like I said, be sometimes a mixed bag. Also, one complaint that many people have about Vgen who don't live in the USA is because a lot of Vgen is based in America or the whole market is based on USD, it can feel a little bit pricey. So for those of us who are VTubers not living in America and not getting paid in USD at our day jobs, it can come off a little bit pricey sometimes to try to commission off the site. This is editor Moki here. I'm editing the video right now, and there's a small update on the whole Vgen being more expensive. I have slightly uncovered the fact that some artists are coming to Vgen in studios and marking up 2 or 3 times the price on Vgen as their commissions are normally on their home websites. In certain cases, Vgen is more expensive. Artists are marking up on Vgen. I thought somebody was impersonating an artist, so I went to the artist and I asked. I said, "Are you being impersonated? Did somebody steal your art? Are you okay?" And they confirmed that no, it is them. And the studio they work with that helps them on the English commissions does in fact mark up their commissions significantly. So I have seen this a bunch. So if you want me to deep dive into this later, I'm not a drama VTuber. I'm not. I'm just here to help you save money and expand your horizons. Okay, thanks. Bye. Personally, for me, however, Vgen has been an amazing asset. It is so quick, and the process for getting your art is so streamlined. I definitely rank this number 2 because you really can find almost anything on Vgen. However, at a number 2, that means we still have more to explore in terms of art sites from around the world. The next art commissioning website we have comes from Korea, and it's called Artmug. Now, Korea has a lot of art commissioning websites, but I chose Artmug because it tends to be the one that comes up when you Google art commissioning websites for Korea most often. I felt like this one was the least niche. Also because for the pros, you will find that on Artmug, there is an English guide at the top. So Artmug has definitely more unique art. I've definitely seen that Korean artists tend to have a unique style that you really can't find anywhere else. Especially compared to art that VTubers typically get, I really think you can find some hidden gems on Artmug compared to other sites. This one is definitely a site that I think gets underlooked a lot. However, Another pro to this site is that they also have PayPal, so you don't have to worry about any type of payment systems that are super complex. I'm not really sure if they take credit cards internationally, so your options might just be Korean payment systems or PayPal. However, everybody I know has PayPal, so as long as you do, it should be fine. Some of the cons would be that, of course, even though the site provides you a guide in English, the artist probably might not speak English perfectly. So you're going to have to use probably Papago or Google Translate to communicate. That means that you're going to have to put more effort in making sure that what you want is put across smoothly to the artist. Also, a big con for me with Artmug, unfortunately, is the hidden fees. When I was looking to get my 2.0 model made, I went to Artmug first. And unfortunately, so many of the commissions on there, they come off as super attractive prices, really cheap, good, decent pricing. But you add on the broadcasting fees, the ownership fees, the this fees, the that fees. And once you add in all the fees, it's more expensive than some of the top artists on Western sites. I was so shocked. While I think Artmug is definitely a valid option for finding art as a VTuber or art collector, you definitely have to look at the terms and conditions and the price list of each artist individually, because even though it might look cheap at first, those surprise charges add up super fast. Even though there are Korean art commissioning sites I prefer more, they're slightly less accessible, which is why I took them off this list. If you're curious, I would love to let you guys know more about them. However, for this list, Artmug does fall at number 4 of my favorite international commissioning websites. I still have love for Artmug, I truly do. However, the hidden fees just get me every single time, and it just really isn't worth my time to browse most of the time. But it is a valid option for those who are looking for something super unique and different from the typical art styles you see. Our next option is a word you have probably heard many times, and that is Skeb. Skeb is an art commissioning website where you don't get to contact the artist beyond your initial proposal for what you want in your art. The pros of Skeb is that you can get high quality anime style art for pretty reasonable prices. You can get some amazing art off Skeb, and even some of the best VTubers in the world use Skeb regularly. However, there are some cons to using the Skeb website. For example, as I mentioned, you can't talk to the artist after you submit your initial proposal. They either accept it and make your art, or they deny it and you have to resubmit or go to someone else. And because of that, sometimes the final result doesn't quite match what you wanted. For example, there have been times where I've put in specific requests, it's gotten accepted, but then the artist doesn't do it, and I'm slightly disappointed. I've also heard that people said if they make a private request, so they don't want their art to be publicly posted, they feel like their art got less attention than what the artist usually puts out. Also, Skeb takes a lot of patience. I once waited 4 months for my Skeb to come in, and the artist was still late and submitted it past the deadline. I was sweating. I was scared. I didn't think I was gonna get that art, and I wasn't sure what the process was after that. So you have to be patient. Though I do still use Skeb for a lot of my arts, as do a lot of VTubers. I definitely think Skeb is worth it, even if you're not a VTuber. It's an amazing site to get super great art. But Skeb still falls at number 3 on my list, because there's still one more that takes first place in my heart. Last art commissioning website is my number 1, my all-time favorite art website. I browse this app for fun. When I'm feeling sad, when I'm feeling down, I just go to this app for fun to cheer myself up, and that is Mihuashi. This is a Chinese art site, and it is my number 1 pick. If you guys don't know about Mihuashi, I am ungatekeeping this hidden gem from you all right here, right now. This is the number 1 VTuber art site. If you are not on it, I'm actually a little scared to ungatekeep this because it is my hidden gem. Mihuashi offers the best art quality I have ever seen. Even the quote-unquote worst quality art is seriously the best art you have ever seen in your life. And it has the most affordable prices. For VTubers like me who don't live in America and our quote-unquote day jobs don't pay us in USD, this is so friendly to our wallets. I absolutely love the quality, and not to mention the artists on Mihuashi have been the nicest, most kind artists I have ever spoken to in my life. They are so understanding, they are so kind. Even if I give them the roughest sketch possible, they know what I mean and they turn it into the most elegant art you could imagine. And the way the Mihuashi site works is you only pay once you approve the final result. So there are things called nodes. So each time the artist updates you, you approve each node. I approve the sketch, I approve the line art, and then the final result is when you finally approve, you put in your password, and you send the payment to the artist. So the artist knows they're not getting paid until they fulfill your request. So both the client and the artist have to mutually agree the deal is done before anybody finishes out the deal. That is amazing, and it guarantees you get exactly what you're looking for. However, I will say, although this is my number one pick, there are some cons, so please listen up before you all run out. Number one, it is all in Chinese, so you have to use Google Translate because some things can get lost in translation. Definitely sketching things down to show the artist and being transparent that, hey, I don't speak Chinese, I'm using a translator, so if I need to clarify, let me know and I'll do that for you. Also, the payment system. The biggest con to Mihuashi is their payment system. They only use Chinese payment services. I believe it's Alipay. So if you don't live in China, it's going to be really hard to make any payments. I'm lucky because I have a friend who fills my account with money for me. So she's like my middleman to using my payments on Mihuashi. However, there are workarounds to this. Number one, you can pay a service to fill your bank account. Anybody can make an Alipay account. You can pay a service to fill it up for you so that way you can use it on the website. Or number two, there are some services that will commission the website for you. So that way you just tell them who you want to commission, what the art piece is, and of course, they will send it to the artist and send you the final result. In both these cases, you're going to have to pay extra fees to them. And as well, in the second service I mentioned, you don't get to have control over talking to the artist. One of the things I liked is I get to control when I approve the final art. And so that's why I like being able to use my account myself. So I'm very lucky that I do have access to using a Mihuashi account myself. But I hope you guys can find a way to use this website because it is number one. It is my all-time favorite, best one ever to ever be used. Yeah. All of these art sites have their pros and cons, but there's definitely something out there for everyone, no matter what type of art you're looking for. So, have you ever commissioned art online, and what was your experience like? Especially if it was one of these four. Tell me what you think of them. Let me know, and don't forget to like and comment and subscribe if you found this helpful. If you have any questions or you want me to deep dive even further into any of these sites, let me know. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful day.